What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another edition of the Sheehan Show. Me, Sean Sheehan, here on Sherdog.com. And today I'm bringing you my top 5 bets for this week. But it's not for this week. It's a futures week here on the Sheehan Show. No big MMA this weekend. No PFL. No UFC. No Cage Warriors. No Octagon. No KSW. I believe there's a Misfits MMA with Dylan Dennis, armbar and someone. But... yeah, that's not really the ethos of the Sheehan Show here. So I'm giving you some future bets. Most of these have to be done by the end of the year. A couple of them by January or when the fights happen. But I have 5+ money bets for you here today. Also, just a quick recap of our mid-year picks. At the end of the year, I'll do a whole recap. I have some picks for the year, mid-year picks, and these picks as well. We'll do that at the end of the year. But the mid-year picks have gone really, really well. One fight only hasn't happened yet. Jones versus Aspinall. Obviously, we thought that might have happened at the time. It didn't end up happening. We had one fight wrong. I picked Sean O'Malley to beat Marab at plus 285. A bit of a mini flyer there. But we had 6 bets that actually hit. So we had Usman beating Buckley. We had Khalil Rountree beating Hill. We had Pantoja beating Kai Kara France. The first bet was plus 205 Usman, Rountree minus 125, minus 245 for Pantoja, minus 325 with Topuria, not amazing against Oliveira. Then we had minus 105 Max Holloway against Poirier, pretty good bet there, even though I think I picked Poirier on the week. But we'll forget about that. Then we had the Ritter at plus 146 to beat Whitaker. So that's pretty good. And the Jones Aspinall one, obviously still ongoing, plus 100. That hasn't happened yet. So pretty good, 6 out of 7. Good to add on to our end of year. Now, last week's bets, I'm not ignoring them. I will talk about them next week when we talk about the cards next week, and we'll keep all of those together. But needless to say, I believe I'm afraid to look at it. I believe I went 0 for 6 last week, which is the first time this year, nearly 9 months into the year. So we'll take that. But let's get to the bets for the future. As I said, 5+ money bets, 1 flyer at the end as well. We'll add in the flyer. But the first bet I'm going for, and these are all, just in case anyone thinks I'm making up these odds or anything, they're over at my friends at Best Fight Odds, and they're on Unibet. You can actually go on, no free ads or anything here, but you can actually go and bet them in Unibet, so I'm not making them up. Amanda Nunes, plus 170 to beat Kayla Harrison. Now, this is one of those ones. I know there's people out there listening to this and they probably heard Amanda Nunes plus 170 and are thinking, what in the name of God? Plus 170, I'm going to bet in that straight away. I feel like MMA fans who, know Amanda Nunes, respect Amanda Nunes, think there's no way she should be plus 170 in any fight against any woman in any weight class. Now, Kayla Harrison obviously is a little bit different. She's a very, very good fighter and an amazing athlete and all of that. My biggest issue with Amanda Nunes, I'm talking myself out of the bet before I talk myself into it here. I didn't think she looked amazing Look, the Juliana Pena first fight obviously was horrific. That was in 2021. 2022, the second fight she won, but I didn't think she looked good. And in the Arena Aldana fight, she looked a lot better, but she didn't look amazing in that fight. I think what she did in that fight, she stuck to something and she just beat Aldana with the better technique. And I was thinking about that, and that's the key to this pick for me. I think she could do that against Kayla Harrison, because I think Amanda Nunes right now has the ability to, and we've seen Kayla Harrison struggle to really dominate slightly above average fighters on the feet, and people have been able to, on the ground, people have been able to get back up when she takes them down or stop her from taking them down. We know she's unbelievable, an unbelievable judoka and all of that. And if the fight stands on the feet, and if Amanda Nunes can just jab the face off her and use her straight shots down the middle, can she win that fight in a similar way to what she beat Irina Aldana? I think she can. Like, I think Aldana is a damn sight better of a striker than Kayla Harrison is. She, especially if you're going jabbing her and using the straight long shots, she's very good at that at times. Now, completely outmatched against someone like Amanda Nunes because she's world class. Literally the greatest fighter of all time. Not even close. For females, like no one even holds a candle to her. But the thing is, 2 fights since 2021. That's, maybe by the time this fight happens, that 4 years. Now, it was December 2021, granted, but still it could be 5 years. It's 4 years almost. In a month's time, it's going to be 4 years or 2 months' time. 4 months' time. We're still in August. But I just think Amanda Nunes can do that. And so I'm picking her first pick for the futures, Amanda Nunes plus 170. Second pick, I'm jumping on the bandwagon a little bit. And I'll give you the reason why I'm kind of jumping on the bandwagon here. But second pick, I like the price. I'm going for Joshua Van against Pantoja at plus 200. My thing on this one is one of those bets that you look at it and you go, right, what's the logic for the winning of the fight? And we can talk about that in a second here. But the logic for like what should happen at a certain time, I'll give you a weird one, right? I was watching Man United the other day, right? And I was looking up the stats before it of the penalty takers. And Bruno Fernandes, Man United's penalty taker, right? And he has missed, I don't know the exact percentage of it, but not many. But like he has never gotten as many in a row as he's gotten now, right? And I said it to my friends, like, he's going to miss a penalty soon. He doesn't get them all. And people know this is probably better in American sports with basketball and free throw percentages and all that. He's going to miss one. And then he did miss a penalty. And I was like, see, it's like someone else should have been taking it. Right? Is it crazy to say that Alexandre Pantoja has won so many fights in a row that he's due a loss? Like, is that crazy to say? Like, you look at his record: Kai Car-France, Kaya Sakura, Steve Erceg, Brandon Rival, Moreno, Perez, Rival, Manel Cape, all the way back to Askar Askarov when he lost him in 2020. That's an awful lot of wins, an awful lot of top level wins, an awful lot of wins at for championships over 5 rounds. And also, I would say that in the last 3, Kai Car-France, Kaya Sakura, and Steve Erceg, even though Steve Erceg gave him enough and could have won that fight on the night if he had a bit more experience, maybe, he's fighting inexperienced guys there in terms of, you know, Kaya Sakura hasn't looked great since he came to the UFC. That was his first UFC fight, if I'm not mistaken. That was only Steve versus, what was it, 3rd or 4th UFC fight. And Kai Car-France, no disrespect to him, but he's not on that level. The Rival fight, the Moreno fight, the Perez fight, somewhat, not the Perez fight, but the 2 Rival fights, very, very tough. But is Joshua Van going to be another level up on them, right? And is he going to push him enough? And has it been too many defenses in a row? Is he due a loss, is basically what I'm saying here. Now, there might be much, you know, technical or tactical logic to any of what I've just said there, but is he due a loss? Maybe he is, right? So I just think as well with Joshua Van, he's looked so good recently. Like, I think the power he has shown in the Silva fight and his all-round ability has been really good. But and I know he's gone to a good few decisions and won them all, funnily enough. His ability against Brandon Rival, I think, proved that he can hang at the very, very top. And it's an interesting fight to me. 23 years of age. I'm going for Joshua Van at plus 200. Right, the next one I'm going for, we spoke about the women's GOAT a few minutes ago. Probably the, you know, top 5 are possibly going to be fighting each other. There's rumors abound all the time of what fights are going to happen, but Shevchenko versus Zhang is a fight that looks like it's probably going to happen. It could happen. And I'm going for Valentina Shevchenko at plus 148. There's a reason I'm going for Valentina Shevchenko here. And I think it's because Zhang is going to be moving up. It's going to be at 125, I would garner. Now, that's pure speculation if the fight does happen, right? Obviously, these are all futures. Have any of these fights been made? One has been made, I think. But other than that, no, more than one has been made. More than one has been made. I just have a feeling that if Valentina Shevchenko and Zhang fight at 125, Valentina Shevchenko what she's brilliant at is fighting different game plans for different people. And one fight she's all out striking, fighting on the outside. Other fights she's coming in and landing power on the inside. And other fights she's taking people to the ground and dominating them there. And to be honest, I'm not 100% sure what she's going to do against Weili Zhang if the fight does happen. But I think I have faith in Valentina Shevchenko to find a way to be, the bigger woman in there. She's going to be much bigger. She's fought up at 135. As we know, Zhang has, she's not the smallest in the world for 115, but she's going to be outsized in there. And I think Shevchenko is one of the most intelligent fighters we've ever seen. Definitely at 125, at 135, any of the women's divisions. And I think maybe she can just find a way in that fight. Like Zhang coming into now, this could very well be a different pick by the time the fight happens. So we'll wait and see on that. But I just feel like Shevchenko, with her outside striking acumen, with her ability to control fights, with her ability to maybe stay off the ground, like Zhang tries to take a lot of people down, I think she can find a way. I think she can find a way, and I'm going for her here at a good price as well. I must remember the price is a good one at plus 148. So that is bet number 3. Bet number 4. We're going straight into it. We're going for Khalil Rountree Jr. against Jiri Prochazka at plus 155. This bet is just because I think Khalil has kind of gone to a different level in his career. I think he's one of those guys where I was talking to someone about it recently, about, he for a long time flattered to deceive. Maybe, he lost to Johnny Walker, lost to Ian Hutalaba, lost to Martin Prochazka in 4 fights, and it was like, is he going to be the guy? And it's really turned around since then. He's won 6 out of 7 fights, only losing to Alex Pereira in a fight that he did very, very well in. Beat Jamal Hill last time out, as I mentioned earlier. Beat Anthony Smith, Chris Dawkins. Like, it's definitely a rise to go in there and beat Prochazka. And this is one of the fights that's made. Obviously, this has gone down in around 5-6 weeks' time. And for Prochazka, he came back and beat Jamal Hill as well, but how much of that was kind of papering over the cracks? Like, he lost twice to Alex Pereira, obviously beat Rakic in the middle. But where is Prochazka at this stage of his career? I know he's only 32, but he's had, more fights than he has years on the earth, and they add up at times as well. I feel like the underdog pick might be the pick here. I like this. Like, I think the speed was a big issue for Prochazka in the fight against Pereira. And Khalil Rountree gave Pereira issues with the speed as well. Now, Pereira, obviously, the power and everything else came through. But I just feel like Khalil Rountree, I just feel like it's his time now. And he's a little bit older as well. Like, he's older than Prochazka. He's older than Prochazka by 2.5, 3 years. But there's less wear and tear. He's only 21 fights into his career. He's been knocked out a few times, absolutely. We just spoke about a few of them there earlier, but I just think it might be his time. And as a plus money future bet, plus 155, I like that an awful lot. All right, last bet of the week for the futures. I'm going for Ciryl Gane to beat Tom Aspinall. Plus 350. It's a flyer. Like, if I was given straight up money, who would I pick? I'd probably lean Aspinall. But I don't think this is the foregone conclusion that people think it is at all. I think Ciryl Gane absolutely has the ability to stay on the outside and wear top-class fighters out. Now, he didn't do it against Jones, but Tom Aspinall is not John Jones. Like, Aspinall, we've seen in the past, he's shown some good wrestling and a good top game. Is it going to be as good as Jones? Is he going to be as quick and as tricky as John Jones? Maybe he's, and maybe he will take Gane down, or maybe he'll just walk Gane down and knock him out. No one has done that before, but maybe he will do it. Francis Ngannou couldn't do it. And that was a very interesting fight. I must go back and watch that fight again, but a lot of people thought Gane won that fight. Very, very close, obviously. But my thinking here is that if Gane can last the first round, I think you're looking at plus 350, and it goes into the second round, and you're thinking, I'm quids in here. because Aspinall, there's no way he can last 5 rounds fighting the pace he fights. If he doesn't get him out of there, if you can't get him to the ground, if you can't dominate him, he's going to lose the fight. Like, it's the old adage, if you look for the knockout, you don't get it, you lose the decision. I think that will be the case with someone like Tom Aspinall in a fight like Gane over 5, against a fighter like Gane over 5 rounds. I think Gane's jab, his ability to move around the cage, his ability to stay away from fighters will be really tough for Aspinall if it doesn't go right for Aspinall. Now, chances are it's gone right for every for Aspinall in every fight so far. Chances are it'll go right again, right? But at plus 350 to hear the ding ding at the end of the first round, I think everyone right here, if they heard the end of the second round and they were offered plus 350 on Gane, and he wasn't, badly battered or beaten up or anything, even if he was 2 rounds down, I think a lot of people would probably take the plus 350 at that stage. So that's the bet I'm going for. And that's it for today. So just to recap, Nunes over Harrison, plus 170. Van over Pantoja at plus 200. Shevchenko over Zhang at plus 148. Rountree over Prochazka at plus 155. And Gane over Aspinall at plus 350. All right, everybody. Thank you very much for tuning in. My name is Sheehan for Sherdog.com. Please bet responsibly. And we'll see you all next time.